All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Check it out. For some of you guys that are new and are seeking information, 308 versus 556, so, 308 versus 223, AR-10 versus AR-15, right? There's always the conversation of, well, this gun does this and that gun does that, and if I get this gun, I could do this and I cannot do that. And there's so many debates here in the community. It's always debate. People are going to fight with this. Watch the comments. Again, be polite, but people are going to argue with this. Now, I personally bring it to a different style, and specifically after I get older, there are some key components that I actually think all the time that it have nothing to do with the gun. Absolutely nothing to do with that gun. And I'm going to talk about it. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Make sure that you share comments, subscribe, what else? All that stuff. It's links down there. Let me know what you think down there. But here, let me switch cameras right here and let me show you something. I got two AR-10 magazines and I got a AR-15 magazine right there. And the component that I was talking about is me. It's essentially me. And the reason why I say that is because is so much weight, or there is so much weight between these two guns that to me is something that I need to worry about, right? Because check it out. When I was in Iraq and all that stuff in the Marines, yada, 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 I was like this. And I walked around like, and I did things that I could not do now. And you tell me I got to run 6 miles and I laugh in your face. I'll be like, let's do it. Right? Because again, some points in my Marine Corps career I was better than other points, but overall I was in shape, I was young, I was able to do all these things. Now, let's go back to now. Now I'm like, and I'm not like I used to be no more. And every single pound, it matters. And in fact, not only that, I'm injured. There's injuries that I have in my body that, has been a pain on the butt, right? My knees hurt, my elbow hurt, my back hurt. I mean, everything hurts. So weight to me is something important. So you see all the ninjas here in the community talking about ninja tactics and talking about things that they can do and things how can, you could do with a rifle and what you cannot do. And they do and all that stuff. And that sounds great, man. If I get into a firefight, I want those ninjas with me because they could do the ninja tactics and they could keep me alive. Great. But overall, I just cannot do that no more. So weight is going to be the most important factor that you need to think about if you want to have a rifle for self-defense. Now, if you're a hunter and you're going there to hunt and you're on top of a tree or something, this doesn't apply to you. I'm talking about self-defense situation. Weight, maybe not the most important factor, but it's one of the biggest factors that you really got to think about. Let's look at this magazine right here, right? 556, a regular typical magazine, right? And I know in some states you guys cannot have this. That just sucks. Very unconstitutional, but that's not the video that I'm talking about right now. But you got this PMAX. PMAX are known for being very reliable, very dependable. I got this one's right here for such a long time, right? And then you got another PMAC, I believe here, 762. And again, look at this. I want you to see the difference right here. I mean, it is a big difference, right? And then you put it on top. And then look at the difference right here, right? And try to put it in cameras here the best I can. There we go. That looks better. Look at the big difference right there. Now, think about this. This is a lot more, right? And again, if you pull the round out, I want to put this one right here. I mean, there is no difference at all. Not difference. I mean, like, there is no comparison. This 308 hits harder. And you could just see it right there compared to the 556. Obviously, the 308 is more powerful. Obviously, the 308 could do more damage. Obviously, the 308 could do so much more. I mean, we're not going to argue this, but this round is way lighter than this round. So when it comes to you carrying this thing, you got to consider that, right? You really got to consider that because let's face it, if you're going to carry several magazines of this compared to this, there is a big difference right here. Huge difference, right? Now, think about this. You are probably a dad. You're probably a mom. You're probably a brother. You're probably a father. Obviously, a son. So you not only worry about in your self-defense survival situation, you're not only worrying about this magazine. You're worrying about your children. You're worrying about the backpack. You're worrying about the food. You're worrying about the water. So you need to start like getting rid of weight. You really do. And again, for some of the guys that carry a 308 as the main primary rifle, I mean, more power to you. If you're in shape and you could do this, there's other factors that people talk about, over penetration and things like that. But again, you know what? If you are in shape and you can handle this, let's do it. But I'm going to tell you, the basic guy out there, you, sir, and me, probably can do that. We just probably cannot do it. We're probably out of shape right now. And all we could do is sit down and talk about the old days when we were in the military. When we were in the military, we used to do this and that. Years have passed, my friends. I'm sorry to tell you. Somebody, needs to tell me, yeah, that's probably not going to happen no more, right? Weight is a very, very important thing. And when you're carrying 6 magazines of this compared to 6 or maybe 4 or 3, whatever you carry, and then you got to carry your son's stuff. You got to carry your kid's, backpack because he can in a survival situation. I just don't think it's practical. So again, for survival situation, and I know this has been a debate. I got another rifle where I talk about AR-10 versus AR-15. And, people get into a lot of debates in that video and all that stuff. I'm going to say for survival situation, 308 for me is not a good choice. And the reason why it's not a good choice is because essentially it's too heavy. And I'm fat, overweight, and I have back pain. And it just cannot happen. Now, I got a 308 rifle, and I love it. I love shooting it. I haven't shot it in quite some time. But obviously, I know that it could take care of business. But not really. I'm not walking around with that thing. That thing is huge, and that thing is going to hurt my back. So, again, this right here would do it for me. I love my AR-15. They are light. They are easy to carry. They are easy to operate. They are easy to maneuver. I mean, they're just a fantastic rifle, and that's why I choose this as my survival rifle, self-defense rifle, than a 308. Let me know what you think. Put comments down below. And as always, God is in control.